The other day at work, I had two moms come up to me asking me if I was single for their sons. I'm a barista at a cafe, so I make drinks, take orders, and serve. This one family comes in with two sons and one younger girl. One of the sons was about my age. I only remember because he had like the bluest eyes ever. I take their order and they sit down. As I'm serving them their food, I notice that they're kind of acting a little weird, but I don't really think too much of it. They order more food, so I put it on their tab, and later their mom comes up to pay. Guys, like, I have a pimple on my lip. As she's paying, she looks at me and she's like, "So, do you have a boyfriend?" I kind of like awkward laugh, and I'm like, "Yeah, I do. Why?" She was like, "Oh, my son thinks you're really cute, but he was just too shy to come up." I was like, "Oh, thank you, but yeah, I do have a boyfriend." She kind of seemed like a little upset after that, but I mean, like, it's not really my fault. Like, I did feel bad. Like, I feel really bad, but it's like not my fault I have a man, you know? Not even an hour later, I had like this like group of like older ladies come into my work. And when I was taking their order, this one lady was like, "Oh my goodness, like, you're so beautiful, like, you're so gorgeous." She was saying it like mostly in Spanish, and then she was like, "Where are you from?" And then she was like, "I have a son." In my head, I was like, "Not again." Like, of course I was being nice, so I was like, "Oh, that's cute." She was like, "Yeah, he does auto repair, he does this, he does that, he's very handsome." And then she asked me, "Are you married? Am I married?" I laughed and I'm like, "No, I'm not married." And then she asked if I had a boyfriend. I was like, "Yes, I have a boyfriend." She still proceeds to talk about him, and she even pulls up a picture of her and him. It was so cute, but like, no, like, this guy had to have been like in his late 20s. I was like, "Oh, yo 16 años. Like, I'm 16. She was like, "Oh, you're a youngster." No, but she was super nice though, and she kept complimenting me, and like, she even called me her baby. But yeah, that's probably like one of the most craziest work days I've had. But that's it. Thanks for watching.
Ready with me while I tell you about our California trip. Even if I tried to tell you everything that happened in this trip, I couldn't because it was so chaotic and funny. The first time we got there, we got to our Airbnb and it was disgusting. Like, it smelled so bad we couldn't even stand in there. No way we can stay here. So we ended up leaving and going to a hotel, but since we've been driving like 10 hours there, at this point it was like midnight to 1 in the morning. Then the next day we had to wake up at 6 for Disney. Disney was fun, but it was super cold and raining, and I thought it was gonna be warm, so I was wearing tank top. And halfway through the day I bought a hoodie, so that was fine, but I started my period the morning before we left, so my cramps were so bad the whole day at Disney, and my medicine fell out of my pocket. We ended up leaving the park at like 4 and just went back to our hotel and got in the hot tub and hung out. And then the next morning we packed up all of our stuff and went to a new Airbnb, and our next Airbnb was perfect. It was so much fun, and it was like the same price as the hotel we were staying at, but it was like a million times better and closer to the beach. And we also did end up getting refunded for the first Airbnb because it was literally disgusting. I feel like I've already left out so much stuff because it was so chaotic, but I vlogged like everything on my camera, so I'm gonna start editing my YouTube video today. Once we got to our new Airbnb, we went to the beach pretty much every day. We also went to the mall, which was super fun. I've never been into a brandy store before, so I went in, I bought so much stuff. One of the nights I couldn't find my camera anywhere, and I thought I had left it at the smoothie place we went to. I literally started crying because I filmed everything we did on that trip, and then I found it. It was literally in my bag. Our second Airbnb, there was like a loft with a bed at the top, and me, Campbell, and Portland all slept in the bed, and it was like a full-size bed. Honestly, the trip was so much fun, and I had the best time. I'm gonna try and edit all of it as fast as I can and get the YouTube video up. I'm not gonna put on mascara, so I'm all done with my makeup, but I love you guys. Stay tuned for the video.
So I telling how I went straight from my ex to his best friend. That Josh kid made a TikTok about how I'm messy and I get y'all's attention. So we're gonna see if y'all stay the whole time. Okay, so this was like at the end of our relationship, and I was trying to break up with him, or I had tried to a couple times before, but like something would happen and I always stay. And I'm not gonna go into detail on like why I couldn't get out, because that's like disrespectful to him, but just know I had a valid reason. And so then finally I was like, no, like, I'm trying to get out of this. And so his homeboy, or his best friend, like, we got on call and we stayed on call like really late or whatever. And so then we like started texting, and this was the day I like again tried to cut it off with my ex, or like break up with him. But then that day, me and my ex were on call, like, talking about the whole breakup, because I wasn't about to just break up with him and, like, just end it like that. Like, I used 8 months of his time. Like, he deserves a conversation. But then he asked me to screen record, and I knew this would happen, so I had, like, deleted me and his best friend's messages, but, like, not really deleted it. Like, they were still in the recently deleted. And also, okay, I want to preface that this is so mean, because he follows my TikTok, or we're mutuals, obviously. And I literally love this kid. Like, I love his best friend so much. He's been my homeboy for so long, and he's helped me out with me and my ex's relationship and stuff. And genuinely no shade against him. Like, I'm not saying this to be mean to him. I think he's, like, he looks good, he has a good personality, all this stuff. It's just because he was my homeboy for so long, I couldn't actually like him. Like, I'm not trying to talk bad about him, but I'm just saying, I didn't for real like him. I was just trying to get my ex off my back. When you see this, I'm not talking bad about you. Anywho, so I screen record, and then he's like, go to your recently deleted messages, and then he sees everything, and like obviously he was like very upset. But the thing is, the next day he still like wanted to keep dating, and so I kept talking to his best friend. But then like a week later, I kind of regretted breaking up with him, because you know, this is the person that I've been with for the last 8 months. Like, I'm not just gonna be able to get over him like easily, because the first week I was, but then I like thought back and I was like, wait, do I really want to break up with him? So I was like upset or whatever. I tried to like kind of go back to him, and I'm telling you, I was like, it was bad. It was like for a 2-day span or something, and I for real wanted him back bad. But like, I think it was, looking back, I'm not even trying to lie, looking back, I think it was just because I had just broken up with a guy that I had been with for 8 months, and so obviously it's not gonna be easy, even if I was one who wanted it broken up with. But now looking back, trust me, I'm glad, especially right before summer. I'm so glad I'm not trying to talk bad about him. Like, I think he's a great guy. Like, we're good now. I literally texted him about his PSAT score, or his AP score, like the other day. I'm just saying, I like my summer. I like my free summer. And I'm not saying I'm a hoe. It's just like, I like being able to go to parties and go out with my friends without having to text him and send him videos of where I am and stay in the car if there's guys there. Like, I just like my freedom. And so I'm very happy where I am now. But a week after I did beg for it back. But yeah, that's the story time on how I went straight from my ex to his best friend. But then like, we like stopped talking after a week. But me and his best friend are still cool. Like, I love his best friend, Loki. He's such a, I don't know. He's such a funny, like, he's always gonna be cool people. You know what I mean? Okay, Josh, did you say the Josh that made the video? Not the other Josh. The Josh that made the video. If you're still here, comment something. But yeah, that's the story time. Bye.